Guild Wars 2 debuts a highly anticipated expansion at PAX South. Albion Online starts up Winter Alpha with a sweet referral program. Rise of Incarnates is back again for early access in February, and PlanetSide 2 sets a Guinness World Record. What's happening, guys? James Blonde here with MMOHuts.com with a quick weekly recap for MMO news and announcements for the week ending January 26th, 2015, and I'm recovering from one awesome first ever PAX South where I got to check out some epic games like Gigantic and Dreadnought, did push-ups for a good cause, and got to test out some sweet hardware. And with that, our first bit of news comes from Guild Wars 2 at PAX South, officially announcing their expansion called Heart of Thorns. The brand new announcement trailer is playing right here in the background, and the new expansion picks up after the point of no return with a journey deeper into the Heart of Thorns. With this, they are reimagining the progression in the form of a mastery system, giving players new training opportunities for their characters beyond level 80 without boosting the actual level cap. Along with new ways to progress comes new profession specializations that include new weapons previously unavailable to your profession, as well as new traits, skills, and unique mechanics. Not to mention a new profession itself called the Revenant, which looks badass. Plenty of changes coming to PvP, Guild vs. Guild, World vs. World, and all new guild halls. So much being added in this expansion, so much hype for the announcement. Trust me, I was there. Plus, I snagged an interview with the Guild Wars 2 game director about some of the new content, so definitely keep an eye out for that coming to you guys really soon. Also at PAX South, Dungeon Defenders 2 made a pretty big appearance, letting tons of gamers try out the game for the very first time. Recently, Trinity Entertainment announced plans for a PS4 version of the game, and now that the game is in early access on Steam on PC, it's definitely time to get the ball rolling. They've started adding in new features, including a cool combo system, which we hear a lot more about in my showroom floor interview, matchmaking improvements, and the coolest part, it's a free-to-play game. So now instead of releasing new levels in the form of DLC like they did with the original game, they're taking the monetization element to the cosmetics with a cool costume system, and all of the content in the game will be delivered on a regular basis. Nice move if you ask me. Check out my upcoming Dungeon Defenders 2 video for more insight. A couple of new announcements from My.com Games, starting with Skyforge showing off a sick new gameplay trailer for a class I know I'll be trying out, the Gunner. And the coolest part about this class is that their gun transforms into whatever type it needs to be in order to get the job done. The weapon's machine gun mode is capable of mowing down entire battlefields. Heaving the weapon onto their shoulder, the gunner converts the killing machine into a plasma rifle that seems to handle single and multiple enemies pretty nicely. And if he feels he might be getting a little overwhelmed, mortar mode missile barrage seems to do the trick. If they find themselves in close range situations and their flamethrower for some reason doesn't work, they can throw a teleportation node and instantly transport themselves to a safer location. So as I said in the past, this is probably going to be my class of choice, and if you haven't already, check out the full gameplay trailer. It's pretty legit. World of Speed shows up again with a new trailer titled Race the World, showcasing a variety of racetracks around the world as they appear in the game. Whether it's the sunny streets of San Francisco or downtown Moscow, there is a track for every racer in the world, according to their site post. This video also introduces a brand new location called Mountain Spiral Road, along with several locations they haven't quite revealed yet. Once again, Neverwinter announced a brand new module scheduled for early 2015. As the largest update to date, this new module called Elemental Evil brings in the Paladin as a new playable class, increases the level cap from 60 to 70, and opens up a new set of quests, challenges, and slottable class feature powers. This is the first time we're actually hearing about this new module, so there isn't much in terms of details or even a trailer for that matter, but Cryptic Studios will be integrating several anticipated features and content updates through future module releases in 2015, so expect to see several modules this year, along with the official Xbox One release, also planned for early 2015. Up next, cool news from Albion Online this past week. First up, the Winter Alpha started as of today, the 26th, and it's going to last for 4 weeks straight. Of course, only founders are able to access the game at this moment, and this time around it includes farming, the ability to breed and raise animals for resources, cultivate crops, new buildings such as the mill to refine the output from your farming, consumables, new weapons, player and guild islands, and changes to the crime system, just to name a few. The most exciting news, though, is that there are new ways to get in and play the game. First off, they are giving away keys on their official Facebook page, and second, they introduced an epic new referral program that can get you any of the Founders Packs just by referring your friends. The packs are given based on a points system where each referral earns you a certain number of points. The more points you have, the better Founders Pack you end up getting your hands on. Another game coming back into early access from a short break is Rise of Incarnates from Bandai Namco. And in case you have yet to figure out what this game is about, it's set in an era of unending catastrophe, where players find themselves in a time where society lives in perpetual fear of what will become of the planet. And among the people living in this universe, certain humans with extraordinary abilities have emerged. These humans, which you get to play as, of course, have powers drawn from spiritual manifestations of gods, demons, and monsters of all the world's mythology. The game will debut with 8 of these Incarnates in a 2v2 battle situation set in New York or Paris. And since its last testing period several months ago, the game has more than likely seen plenty of improvements, and players will be able to hop into early access on February 4th. Just in case you missed it in last week's recap, Nosgoth finally fired up open beta, but also more recently announced a strong lineup of new content on the way, including the new Summoner Vampire class who calls on the powers of the underworld to command ghouls, a new unannounced human class, which is exciting, another vampire-based city map, a new game mode, new character skins, league rankings, crafting and trading functionality, plus an observer mode with tools. Along with the new announcements, we see a brand new open beta launch trailer highlighting some of the action that'll most likely be happening in open beta, as well as previews each one of the classes currently available in the game. Next up, Attack on Titan fans might be excited to learn that Maplestory is hosting an epic crossover event themed around the hit anime Attack on Titan. For a limited time, players with characters levels 33 and up can train alongside familiar faces as they fight to survive the Titan invasion. The event includes a fight against a gigantic humanoid and the ability to look the part dressed as a member of the Scout Regiment. It's actually a pretty cool crossover event if you ask me, so head over to the MMOHuts site post for all the details. World of Warships shows off some new gameplay-based cinematic footage from its second beta weekend that happened recently. This beta was titled Wings Over Water, based on the first introduction of the unique aircraft carrier class, which offers an RTS-style gameplay and the ability to launch 3 different types of warplane squadrons: fighters, dive bombers, and torpedo bombers against any of the opponents in the game. The current beta is now over as of yesterday, and the testing community already had the ability to put together a list of 10 most common mistakes aircraft carrier captains make. Just goes to show how strategic you have to play in this. On a similar note, the World of Tanks Winter Showdown game mode started up today, January 26th, and as a reminder, the Winter Showdown is a specially designed 8-bit game mode that we've all come to conclude closely resembles the old school game Battle City. In this mode, you can command one of 3 custom-built vehicles, one for defense, one that destroys good, and another speedy little guy. Only in Winter Showdown can you take part in mega platoons, which feature 5 players rather than the standard 3. Now, I've got to admit, this actually looks really fun. I kind of want to check it out myself and record a quick gameplay video just for fun. So, let me know if you guys want to join.
We'll be right back.
And speaking of 8-bit modes, Digital Extremes announced a Warframe-themed and also 1980s-themed side-scrolling minigame called Wyrm for the PC version of the game. To play, players can visit their arsenal and equip Wyrm, visit Appearance and select the W loadout at the top of the screen. Not just anyone will find the elusive Wyrm, apparently it isn't actually as easy as it sounds, but if you do, you can use Wyrm's signature laser rifle to blast through increasingly challenging enemies in the sentinel-based space shooter Wyrm. Good luck, you're gonna need it. And finally, for our last bit of news, besides just starting up beta on the PS4, PlanetSide 2 just set a new Guinness World Record for most players online in a single FPS battle. The world record was set on the 24th, while SOE partnered with the popular player-driven community known as PlanetSide Battles for an in-game battle on Hassan between the 3 PlanetSide 2 empires, resulting in 1,158 players simultaneously in one instance. Nice job. I knew they were actually going to go for it, but now they've done it. And they'll probably do it again at some point now that the game has made it to the PS4 and opened up that market for them. Anyway guys, like I said, PAX South was freaking awesome, and I've got some really cool interviews coming to you guys early on this week, including games like Gigantic, Cabal 2, and even Dying Light, so definitely look forward to that. Meanwhile, if you're looking for more information about the news featured in the recap, check the links in the description below. Otherwise, head over to MMOHuts.com/news for even more MMO news. Feel free to discuss the news in the comments below, or head over to MMOHuts.com/forums. And until next time, guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.